Joining me now is South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem. Governor, thank you for joining me. So I want to get your take on this one. I mean, Weingarten, who has been one of the most political figures in America on masks and kids, coming from the teachers union. But for you, I mean, you're a rancher. You were a congresswoman. You're now a governor. But I think your most important role was you're a mom. And so as you see these kids for the last 2 years that have been masked up and the kind of impact it's had on their lives and their learning and socially, what's your take as a mom and as a governor?
Yeah, I think it's been tragic to really watch what's happened across this country, especially to our children. We've got kiddos now that they don't know life without masks. They don't know what it's like to see people's reactions and to learn the way that they should. South Dakota never had any mandates across our state when it comes to masking or anything else. And what's interesting, Sean, is because our kids were in the classroom with their teachers and masks weren't mandated, we are #1 in the country for educational outcomes for our kids. Our kids have done exceedingly well through this pandemic. They kept learning, they kept being successful, and it was because we didn't follow political agendas that were recommended by some in the teachers unions or some that were even within the CDC that were detrimental to our kids' future.
I mean, I think that points to the fact that when you mask kids up, you're right, there was actual degradation in their education. I remember I came and saw you, Rachel and I saw you and Brian about a year ago, and we had mask mandates in Wisconsin, and we came to South Dakota, and we were able to go to dinner and take our masks off, and I was like, this is amazing. It's freedom in South Dakota. But listen, I want to get your take on this because I think so many parents now are talking about CRT and its infiltration into our school system. I know you just introduced a bill in South Dakota. Tell us about it.
Well, this bill is going to be in committee tomorrow morning, and I'm hoping the legislature will support it. It essentially will say that in our K-12 system, but also in our college classes, that no one can be taught that someone is better than another person based on their race, their sex, or even their culture and heritage, that everybody's equal, everybody has an opportunity to go forward and be successful, and there won't be that kind of agenda in our classrooms. It's a bill that's going to have the support and testimony from Ben Carson. He'll testify on the bill, as well as Newt Gingrich has been very supportive, wrote an excellent op-ed in support of this legislation. I think it's important that we continue to make sure that our kids can go to school, learn true history, learn the honest background of the United States of America, what makes it special, and that they're not influenced by some political ideology that simply doesn't have any basis in reality.
Yeah, we want a full history of America, but to teach our kids to hate our country and think we're just a horrible nation and a racist nation is absolutely wrong. Now, I know that Texas had a piece of legislation that banned CRT from K through 12, but in South Dakota, you've gone a step further and said, we're going to ban it in our universities. And I got to tell you, that is so important because if you're teaching the next generation of teachers in the teachers' colleges in your university about CRT, you might not have it as an official platform in your state, but these teachers are going to come into your schools and still teach CRT. So to get it out of the university, I think is critical with what you're doing in South Dakota.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, we have been focused on this for the last couple of years in South Dakota. So it's been remarkable to really see people unify around the fact that this needs to be addressed in our universities, but also across the country in our K-12 systems. We've seen this agenda being pushed aggressively, and that South Dakota won't stand for that either.
Well, we so often just have parents who are standing up and pushing back. It's nice to have a governor join in the effort. So let's say you have a teacher that's going to push or teach CRT in the K through 12 schools in South Dakota, or a university classroom who teaches CRT. What remedy is there? I mean, are they fined? Are they criminally prosecuted? Are they removed from their position? What do you do in this bill to hold people to account to not teach CRT?
There are procedures in place in South Dakota already for those kinds of instances, and those will be the same protocols that we'll utilize here in this bill. So it's going to be normal procedures for making sure that when something is not followed as a direction according to statute, that we treat it exactly the same. And I think that's important because this is that we have statute and clear direction to our teachers. And even in South Dakota, we've had issues with some librarians and different staff within office in these schools that we need to make sure everybody knows exactly what the law says and that we can follow it, and it's a clear procedure going forward.
So you said this comes up for a vote tomorrow. Is it gonna pass? Do you have great support for it? What's the prospects?
We're hopeful. Still in South Dakota, there's always going to be some in the educational world that will be opponents. But we're hopeful that our legislators certainly understand how important this is and what a priority it is, and it's for our kids.
Yeah, Governor, I just think, again, so many parents are frustrated at what's happened with CRT in their schools, and oftentimes we don't have elected leaders stand up and push back. And when you have at least one governor or two governors stand up and push back on these mandates, I think it gives courage to other governors, other congressmen, other senators to stand up and fight back and push back. And again, we want to teach a whole history. But again, to divide people by race, and one is an oppressor, one is the oppressed, your country is horrible, to get more leaders to stand up like you are, to stand with parents as opposed to politicians and the radical Marxist left is incredibly important.
Well, generations of history have taught us that you break people by dividing them.
That's right.
And that's exactly what the liberal agenda is. It's to divide us so that they can completely remake this country that is so incredible. So what we tried a couple of years ago, Sean, in South Dakota, to pass a bill. I brought it forward in my very first State of the State address to put more civics and history in our classrooms. And Republicans in the legislature killed it. So I'm very grateful that people are waking up. I think when I see parents showing up at school board meetings, I think it's a wonderful thing because everybody's waking up to the fact that this is what's been going on and we need to address it, and we need to address it through bills just like we're going to have in our committee hearing tomorrow.
So Governor, just to make a quick note for our viewers, you actually get to introduce legislation in South Dakota. In many states you can't do that, but you as the governor can do that, which is pretty cool in South Dakota. But I'm going to pivot gears with you. I'm going to show you a picture of Stacey Abrams, and you probably have seen this, and multiple new pictures have now come out. But she was maskless, talking to school-age kids, and all the kids were masked in the classroom. I wonder, do these leftists who are promoting mask mandates, do they actually believe in the science around it? And if they did, someone who has comorbidities like Stacey Abrams, why would they go maskless with all these kids?
She doesn't believe the science.
That's right.
If she believed it, she would do it. No, this is an agenda. And it is something that they are using to promote liberalism, socialism in this country. And so these liberals, they don't believe in what they're doing. All they do is when the cameras go off, they take their masks off and they live like other people because they recognize this virus is something that we know isn't addressed in the manner in which they're talking about and what they're mandating. So, no, I fundamentally believe they're hypocritical. They're doing this to control people. They're using fear to do it. And they're remaking this country, and it's time that all of us call them out every single time we see that kind of hypocrisy, especially when it's damaging our children.
Governor, I've seen a wide array of people, Bernie Sanders supporters, Biden supporters, Trump supporters, all come together to say, you know what, we may disagree on a lot of political movements in America, but we do agree that we want to get our kids out of masks and get the government out of our lives. And it's a pretty cool moment right now. And thank you, by the way, for standing up for your kids and your citizens of South Dakota. I appreciate you joining me, Governor, and send my best to Brian.
I will, in a heartbeat. Thank you, Sean.
Thank you.